Hi, what is the real name of God? I'm sure you must have come across several names. You must also have even prayed with some of these names or worship God with some of these names. So, of all these names, which of them is really the name of God? In order to answer this question, we must need to understand first the different categories of the names associated with God. Now, the first category is called the descriptive name of God. That is the names describing who God is to man, what God has done for man, or the way man perceives God. Such a name includes El Gibor, that is the mighty one, or El Elyon, that is the most high, and so on and so forth. Now, these are descriptive names describing God's work or God's ways to man. Now, the second category is called the attributive name of God. Now, these are names that describes the person, the nature of God. Now, the nature of God includes the personality of God as understood by man. Now, such names include Kadosh. Kadosh means holy. Now, so you see El Kadosh. Such name also includes El Shaddai. That's Shaddai. Now, Shaddai is actually a descriptive name that metamorphosizes into what we call attributive name. There are some names like that over the years metamorphosize from descriptive to attributive. The third category is called the personalized names. Now, by personalized names, we mean the name that the Semitic people through which the Jews and the Hebrews came out from, the Semitic people, the names they associate with their deity, they personalize. Now, this includes the word El, E-L. Now, El is the most common word used by the Semitic people to describe their deity. Now, when I mean Semitic people, I'm referring to people of the present-day Middle East. Now, the people of the Arabs, the Jews, the Persians, and etc., etc. These are the Semitic people. Now, they have a word to describe their deity. One of them is El. The second word they use to describe their deity is also called Elohim. Now, while El is the most common word used to describe deity amongst the Semitic people, the word Elohim is the most common word translated to God in the Old Testament. The third one is Adonai. Adonai. Now, both Elohim and Adonai are pluralized form, are in plural form. The singular of Elohim is Elohi, and the singular of Adonai is Hadon. Now, why pluralized form? The Semitic people refer to their deity with reverence. So they use the pluralized word to refer to a deity that is superior to them, that is above them, that is higher than them, which is akin to the Yorubas of the southwestern part of Nigeria. The language construction is similar. The Yorubas of the southwestern part of Nigeria refer to somebody superior to them with a pluralized perfect noun or pronoun. That is the word as against O, that is E with a dot, as against O, that's ordinary O. The can be plural. It can also refer to a reverence, that is somebody above you. That is the same way the Semitic people refer to their deity with reverence. So when a Semitic people is addressing their deity or somebody above them, they use the pluralized pronoun or perfect noun as a form of reverence to that deity. Okay. Unfortunately, some of the English translators, when they came across these words, interpreted it in the pluralized form as being many. That's why in King James Version you find some words, some words like the gods in small letter. Sometimes not small letters but italicized to refer to many. In the true sense of it, Elohim is not talking about many gods. Elohim is referring to a reverence of a god. That is the same thing with Adonai. Now, that is the personalized name of God. Now, the real name of God I'm sure you want to know that. The real name of God is actually unpronounceable. It is called a tetragrammaton. When you translate that name directly to English, it comes out as YHWH. There's no other way to get it. It's just YHWH. Now, that's where the word Adonai comes in. You see, the Jews give so much reverence and hallow that name that they don't pronounce it. They don't mention it openly. It's rather a personalized way of addressing God out of reverence. Now, rather than pronounce or mention it openly, they mention Adonai. Now, in the old Masoretic text, it was discovered that rather than mentioning the tetragrammaton out of reverence, they mentioned the Adonai and combined the Adonai, the vowels of the Adonai, with the tetragrammaton in order to make it pronounceable and not disrespect the original name of God. Now, so because of that, there is a combination that resulted in what we call Yahweh. Yahweh. Now, it is from that word Yahweh, which is more pronounceable, which they make reference to, they pronounce openly, that the word Yahweh came out from. And then from Yahweh, we got the word Jehovah or Jehovah. Now, this is the real name of God. This is the name that God himself wants to be identified with. That is how you separate the God of the Bible, the God of the Hebrews, from every other name of the Semitic people, the Yahweh. That is the YHWH. That is the real name of God. You go and try and pronounce the Tetragrammaton and see if something you can pronounce. And then when you're worshiping God, try and worship him like something like, oh, YHWH, I bless you. That doesn't make sense. All right. Now, I may want to talk about I am that I am, but the truth is that I am that I am has the same root meaning, the same root construction with Yahweh. All right.